Hello everyone, my name is Ajit Singh and today we are going to see our first installment on FlowEFD hands-on. So I'm having the expertise of handling fluid flow problems and thermal problems, and I'm handling as a technical channel manager in India for Excel Design Technologies. So today's agenda is to understand the objective and the workflow of the FlowEFD. Then we'll see what is the lead creation and what is the benefit of it, and then we'll see geometry inspection process. We'll see how to create project with different options. We have boundary conditions and how to apply those boundary conditions. We have to understand what are the use of goals, and we'll see multiple options to see the results in a post processing. So our objective for today's session is to check volume flow distribution in a network, which is an internal analysis. So let's see the lead creation. In the lead creation, we have some problems. Sometimes we create point contact and line contact, which is not correct. We have to make interference contact kind of lead, which can give you the access to internal fluid region. Now lead creation tool is something which can make your task much more easier. Just have to select the faces where you have to create the lead. Okay, now it takes only planar surfaces. So if you have complex surfaces, you can model it, and here comes the uh, advantage of the solid edge, where you can model your geometry inside the CAD, and FlowEFD will automatically detect it and it will automatically update the project. Okay, so let's move on to the next step, and the next step is to check whether this project is watertight or not. So in that case, we can use of check geometry option, and with the selection of internal analysis, you can check, and it will give a definite volume of fluid and solid. That means it is a watertight model, and you can even check it with the help of visual feedback. So this is fluid region in blue. Okay, now let's jump to the project creation. So we have multiple options, like we can create from the clone, new, or with the help of wizard, and here we are taking use of wizard to, because it is a step-by-step guided process. So let's apply the project name, which is fluid flow, or you can say volume flow distribution. I beg your pardon. Yep, this is correct. Now we can create a customized unit system as per our requirement. So I'm changing the volume flow rate with 2 liter per minute, and that's it. It is an internal flow, and we are going to select the air. If we select air, we'll see humidity and high Mach number flow. So it identifies the type of liquid, and associated options will automatically got popped up. Okay, and when you select water, it will give you the options called cavitation. So we'll see this option in future, but the crux of this is that we have different kind of fluid, like non-Newtonian fluid, like sugar, or you can say blood, or you can say honey. And also we can apply the roughness, which is not possible and practical in the CAD modeling. So we can apply it here, and it will take into the consideration. Okay, so let's move on to the other steps, but before that, let's hide the computation domain, and let's hide the geometry, which is not important right now. So this will give you the access to the faces where we have to apply the boundary condition, and you can see boundary conditions, some of the boundary conditions are highlighted and some of them are grayed out. It is totally depend upon the input which you have selected in your project wizard. So I am applying boundary condition on this face as a total pressure, which is 5 times the atmospheric pressure. Okay, So we can edit the name anytime with the help of F2, or we can right click on feature properties and we can change the name. We can see these properties again, and you can see we have multiple options called inlet mass flow rate or outlet mass flow rate, inlet velocity and outlet velocity, and even environmental pressures. And within even environmental pressure, we can apply turbulence and boundary layer properties. We have this option called wall, real wall and ideal wall, to define the wall parameters if there are some wall. So in this analysis we have only openings, and let's apply the opening on the other faces. So I'm applying the total pressure, which is equal to the environmental pressure. Okay, now let's apply the goals, but before that let's change the name. Let's change it to outlet total pressure. Yep. Okay, so we have goals. We have different kind of goals like surface goal, volume goal, point goal, or equation goal. So here I'm applying the volume flow rate on all the faces. So it will take all the faces and sum the volume flow rate. Now I'm applying the volume flow rate on the individual faces by clicking on create goal for each surfaces, and now it will break down all the faces and it will create individual volume flow rate goals on all the faces. I'm changing it to make it clear in future references. So that is OL means outlet, and I'm going to apply the inlet goal. We have already applied, but to keep it as a track during the post processing we can use it. Okay, and we can change this name also by simple double click and IL. Yep, so that means inlet volume flow rate. Okay, and we can also apply the global goals like velocity, average velocity and maximum velocity, so that it will like control and correct the velocity results inside the computation domain. And we can apply this narrow channel refinement, so that it will apply refinement where the channel is getting more thinner and narrower. And you can see with the change in this automatic slider, it will automatically refines the type of mesh. You can anytime go to manual meshing, so that will give you more options to control, but most of the time this automated meshing works very fine and gives more accurate result. And we have this option called adaptive mesh, which works on above 5 of the meshing parameters. So when you slide down the slider to above 5, that means 6 or 7, it will automatically regenerate the meshing during the solution. So where there is a sudden pressure drop, it will increase the meshing there, and it will reduce the meshing where there is not too many changes happening. Okay, so this is the solver window where you can see the solution going on live, and you can customize it as per your requirement. You can see anything which you want to have. You can see we have created a goal plot, and here we can see volume flow of inlet and outlet is somewhere equal. That means it is that we have very less amount of error in the calculation. We can also clone the existing graphs, and we can change it to isoline or velocity vector. Okay, yep. So on a simple click, it will give you that preview. Oh, I forgot to click on OK. So with the help of this solver window, you can check your results during the solution. So this will give you much more options, like you can see the vector lines and multiple results like velocity and pressure, even the turbulence intensity during the solution. So it took me around 8 minutes to solve this with the help of 12 GB RAM system. So even with less configuration you can get your results, but high RAM is something which is recommended, because in some project it takes lots of computational power and resources. And you can see you have lots of different tools to visualize. Like when you started here, you can see we have this option called negative pressure, and these are the areas where we are getting negative pressure because of the sudden pressure drop, okay, and the presence of turbulence around there. And it has achieved the convergence, but it will take some extra iterations to give you final output, so that you can make sure that your results are more accurate. And parallelly it will take all the other goals into the consideration. So I just took only 2 for the visualization, but in the back end there are a few more goals. Okay, so now it is completely solved. Okay, now let's move to the result visualization. We have different tools, so let's move on to check the mesh refinement. So we have applied the narrow channel refinement here. So you can see in some narrow areas the refinement is very fine, and it is marked in the red zone. So all the cells in the red zone are very fine, all the blue are very coarse, and green are in between them. We have other options to, like we can see the section plot, so which is like the section view of the 3D results. So I want to see the pressure, and you can see all these yellow region are the pressure drop at this particular area. Okay, now we have this option to clone the existing plot, so it will reduce your effort and time. You just have to apply additional things, like I want to see the streamline, and like I want to remove the contour, or you can say hide the contour. So I can do that, and I can only focus on that streamline to see the turbulence areas. And you can see on the left hand side there are so much turbulence around it, and I can remove the contour here, and you can see the turbulence in a very beautiful way. Okay, so we have few more options to change the plot. We can quickly select the parameter and we can change it to like turbulence intensity, turbulence length, or energy dissipation. So all these plot is shown for the like 10 times, whereas I want to see turbulence which is more than 5 times. So these are the area, red marked area, which is having the turbulence 5 times, or you can say 500%, more than 500%. Okay, so we can also see turbulent energy or other factors which involves in creating turbulent zone in the system. So we can see the sudden change in the shape can add more turbulence. So we can create some fillet on those joints to make it more smoother transition, so that we can avoid turbulence, and this will reduce the noise in the system. We have this tool to depict the noise. I'll show you in another example. So we have this option called flow trajectory. We can quickly see the flow trajectories and its behavior. So I'm applying 60 arrows, and in that it will give you the flow trajectory, and you can play it and it will give you the real time relative velocity plot. Okay, you just have to right click on the flow trajectory and click on play. So this is the relative velocity which you can see. Okay, and even during the play you can change the views and orientation, and even the plot also. So it will update on the instant. Okay, so you have multiple options like that. Like I can create the like xy plot, which is on a curve, how certain parameters like fluid flow or velocity are changing, and we can get the idea that how are the values are changing in different zones. Okay, so you can make grids of sketches and you can take use of that also. And in this example you can see there are certain drop in the pressure, like uh, zigzag, and bottom lines you'll see sudden drops in that area, and that means because of the pressure drop at the openings. And in the velocity there are certain spikes because of the opening you'll get more area to cover, and suddenly velocity will increase there. Okay, so this is it. You'll have more and more options in FlowEFD. Thank you, and subscribe our channel. This is Ajit Singh. Have a great day.